Again, this is coming from a place where I do not hate Verb. I've been on record saying for years, longer than some folks probably be watching battle rap. He's my favorite. Breaker, that's just in the face of your Justin Math Hoffa. That's a Math Hoffa battle. I've been low-key been saying that for a long period of time too. I like the person. I like him. So for me, it's just sad to see, bro. I'm so much of a fan of his in terms of what he's done throughout the years. His resume is probably one of the best in the game. Done battled everybody from Geechee Calico, Murder Mook Loaded Lux, lower tier guys, newer guys to the you know what I'm saying, battling Swamp, battle damn everybody. The first time Verb said I'm gonna retire, look at my video. I did a video like Verb has to retire. I didn't cry, obviously, because it's never that deep, you know what I'm saying? But look at my face. I look sad. I look defeated. So everything I'm saying that I come from a place that, hey, it's just a simple fact. You could take Verb out the equation and put someone else in. I will be saying the same thing because of how Mickey Factz laid it out. I could be super slow. I could not spell the word. I don't know how to spell go, Gio. I don't know how to spell go. The way Mickey Factz did that, I understand it now. I think this hurts his legacy. A lot of things are being questioned, and folks are saying they have more. I seen Hitman Holla post he got more, but I'm not even going for that. Shout out to Hitman. I'm going off what's been presented to me, and this is 2 battles. If this is cool, if this makes sense to y'all, right? If just say, Jay Black, you're bugging, you're hating, I'm not. If this is okay, right? If somehow in 2 weeks that this goes by, what I'm saying, niggas is rocking with it, it's cool, Nitty, how you doing, bro? What's up, Nitty? My name is Jay Black. You've been champion, so you probably know who I am. I want to holler at you. I want to, pick your brain, get some schemes, get some ideas, and end them punchlines. And I'll pay you more than what Danger Zone just got. I'll pay you more. And nobody say nothing, nigga. When you see me up there spazzing, don't say a goddamn word, nigga. Just say Jay Black won that 3-0. His punchlines was crazy. He did his thing. Leave it at that. URL, you got some battles coming up? Lock me in. RBE, you got some full circles over there, huh? We bring it back to Blue Room? Bring back the Blue Room. Book me, nigga. Because now I'm beyond. I already got I wrote my own shit, obviously. But now I'm beyond nice. I'm gonna be one of the greats of all time. See, that's what you're gonna do if this is it's okay. Everybody does it. My God, yeah, everything's okay. Everything's okay, guys. No, y'all, you open the door for this to be like super acceptable. I mean, it's probably acceptable behind the scenes. The battle rapper saying, "Yo, oh man, y'all don't know what's going on. We don't know what's going on. Y'all, if y'all only knew, we don't know. We heard. Put it out." And if all this is okay, why are we doing rankings then? Why are we judging battles? Let's just make this shit WWE. At least it'll be entertaining. Let's make it WWE then. Why not? It's one thing to be boring, and then we got the ghostwriting shit. Like, what we doing? Script the whole shit then. The nigga text Quentin Miller, right? Am I bugging? He texted Quentin. It must have been some kind of, it was a Quentin. He even fucking text Quentin to break down what ghostwriting is. But this ain't a song where we bob in our head to. This is a competitive sport. If you take, was it performance enhancing steroids or whatever. Remember John Jones had a picogram. They made a big deal out of what picogram. They said his legacy, a lot of his peers said he can't be the GOAT at all because of the picogram. A picogram. They removing him off the everything because of a picogram. What do we do here? And the question come up, and I'll say some people are saying to themselves, you know what, this ain't enough. If you're still saying that, cool, right? I mean, not cool, but so I'm saying for him though, like he's been like, it's not the same guy. So when I said I'm sorry for y'all that's watching him now, the Verb that we got back then was a complete warrior, a complete savage. You know what I'm saying? The Letterman jacket going off on niggas, feared. I come at them, they run from me. Me versus niggas that y'all want to see, I come at them, they run from me. The Midwest Miles battle, oh my God. Run west till your sergeant get wet. I could do that. I'm a real fan is. Pump the cadets and going west until your sergeant get wet. Animal. What y'all get now is y'all came at the wrong time. For a lot of your favorites, y'all came at the wrong time. Y'all came here at the wrong time. Y'all not getting the cuisine that we got back then at all. And folks that don't got none of this shit with them. Some of you guys that work, a lot of you guys that work hard for the situation that y'all do, imagine the pool being poisoned like this. It's a beautiful pool of rappers and somebody over there peeing. It hurts the whole pool, brother and sisters. Hurts the whole pool, right? Imagine you've been writing by yourself your whole life. Look at this. How do y'all feel? How do y'all feel? Y'all have a good day, man. I'm gonna leave it at this. I probably won't speak on this again, but I feel like I had to, right? It hurts my heart a little bit, man. It would hurt even more if it was like a popular line. Like the lines that we've seen, it was like, it's cool. But if you tell me like one of the lines that I love is like, somebody did that, I'll be hurt a little bit, bro. I'll be hurt. I can cock it back doing the Elvis move. Fire to me. Fire. Was one of those. We're not even gonna put the angel duck in question. We're not gonna do that. Listen, I understand. Like, hold it down. We're not doing that. We're not putting the guardian angel. We're not doing that. He was mad hungry back then. It was like 2009, 2010. Leave him alone. We're not putting that under investigation. Stop. Y'all doing too much now. Stop, please. But see, that's what happens, though. That's what happens, man. That's what happens, man.
Shout out to Black, man. He does make a big point about all the battle rappers when he's just like, yo, just one person peeing in a pool of 100 battle rappers, like you spoil the pool for everybody. Everybody got to get out. So no battle rapper, if you're a true battle rapper, should co-sign. Everybody should have an issue with it, whether they express it or not. And you don't have to express it. We don't need a million battle rappers doing a blog about it and no shit like that. Even though hip hop is real and 15 Minutes of Fame is going to be asking people. But I thought before I get on to the whole Verb waving the white flag topic, I thought it was very, very interesting for us to play the Jay Black reaction to this because one, he is such a big Aye Verb fan, and he has such a credible reputation of being a neutral guy, a guy that literally at times was like employed by URL. And you know the history between like URL and RBE, right? Yet showed neutrality and coverage and promotion and respect and love to RBE. Could have battle rappers come down to, his podcast or his show, Champion, and still extend the favor to the other person. Hey, you want to come rebuttal? Do host face-offs. Avoid controversy for the most part. He literally is the most neutral presented blogger in battle rap history. Okay, the fairest guy that has ever come through battle rap. And for him to say, yeah, this is a knock on your leg, because I feel like only like a handful out of 1,000 slower people in the back, what they'll do is they'll say things like, this is because of only a couple people, or there's only a couple bloggers, or there are people getting together to create narratives. It comes from the weirdo. All right. But you put a Jay Black there with this type of take. Like, what are we doing? This isn't even moving the goalpost at this point. This is moving the entire field. It's worse than moving the field. It's changing the sport. Like we're changing the sport. Well, not we, like a couple handful of people. But anyway, as far as this thing about Aye Verb waving the white flag. So I listened to some of his recent space, and he said something to the degree of, you know what, Mickey, I'm over this. I'm putting this down. You can take this as weakness if you want, because this is not your fault. This is a 2 or 3 year thing inspired by other people. As far as Danger Zone, he did it to clout chase or to look cool to a couple people. Mickey, this isn't really you. Blah 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 blah. Right? You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to show some history. Then I'm gonna get into Aye Verb about this last 2 to 3 years, and I also want to remind the slow people in the back. Mickey Factz doesn't drop any songs, any ether blog, none of this. It's Verb. He inserted himself in the whole J Mills thing, but hey, he's doing a spaces every day, 2-3 times a day. Speaking of 2-3 times a day, hold on to that. And he said what he said, and then some back and forth happens. Next thing you know, he gives somebody a check to do something, just like allegedly for the ghostwriting stuff, right? And that was truthful. And here you go now. You motivate Mickey to say, all right, this is what we're doing. I'm from New York, and this hip hop thing, I does this. Let's have some fun. War on. Now, of course, in scenarios like that, things are being said, even in the spirit of hip hop, no different than battles. And sometimes people get off the stage feeling away because there's other things and other energies that are still going. Especially when you're not rapping and you're sitting in spaces talking shit. You can't even like scale it to like just hip hop, like it's hip hop, because you're not rapping, so it feels off the stage. You know what I'm saying? So you, sir, are the core of you and Mickey's back and forth. Don't blame anybody else. It's childish, it's immature, and it's a non-accountability adult thing to do. which is what he's doing. He's trying to blame everybody else for the stuff that he ends up in, or switching states. So he has no accountability for anything. So now I also want to talk about alleged bipolar behavior. Okay. The reason why, and matter of fact, in the same space, you're talking about like war tactics, like war. Let me teach you something about war tactics, Aye Verb. And you don't have to be in a real war or back and forth to know or learn these type of tactics. You could just watch a movie and figure it out. Like the war generals and the warmongers and all that type of shit, they come up with a plan and they stick to it unless a variable gets tossed that they need to actually adapt to and react to. Okay, no war plan gets written out and it swaps multiple times a day. You don't go on the war field spaces and speak towards your directions or your changes in war tactics 2 times a day. Now let's bleed this into the alleged bipolar tendencies. It's no different why nobody trusts you. It's no different why if anybody feels a way, they're going to stay that way. There is no telling somebody, yo, you know what? No, I'm not on this with you or whatever. It's not your fault. You did the same thing with Hitman. What was it, like Tuesday? It was, you know what, Hitman? I'm not even gonna. It's not you. I'm off. I'm off you. I'm not dissing you no more because I think it's ARP. I think ARP got some information over your head, and you gotta act like this towards me, right? So you did that with Hitman like on a Tuesday. By Wednesday, it was fuck holla again. He's gay. He's this. He did that in the industry. Blah blah. Look at Mickey, and this is how you go on your war field. You know what I'm saying, Mickey? Yesterday or just last night, it's you know what, Mickey, I can't blame you. It's not you. It's 2-3 years of this type of stuff. I'm good. It's the white flag, you know what I'm saying? But you're masking it in your own bipolar alleged type of approach, as well as manipulation. But just a day and a half prior to that, you're talking to him in a way where you two men are not even supposed to be in the same room. And you're ranting about it. Mickey, I got a question for you. Do you take dick in your mouth? That's you. Less than 48 hours prior. Okay. Same thing with Hitman. Just two days ago, it was like, you know what, Hitman. I'm off for you for now. I'm gonna get you next month. Right now, my focus is Mickey and possibly Danger. I'm focused on Mickey right now. 24 hours later, it switches. This is bipolar alleged tendencies. You go into spaces 2-3 times a day, and your war tactics, your energy, your direction, your targets, they change. Nobody will ever trust you. Nobody will ever believe in you. Nobody will ever even think that you have a stable thought, approach, or even a claim towards people because they're gay. It's some industry Illuminati shit. Can't blame this person. Nope, can't blame that person. Oh, actually, it's some New York shit. Matter of fact, scratch that. It's because my legacy and I beat you on stage. I actually scratch that. It's not that. This person's trying to be cool. That's why he did that. Nah, it's not that. This person, he's really doing it because this is his first time really getting this lit in battle rap because he really was on the other side of the gate on some industry shit. He switches it, his excuses or his reasoning every other day. Now, that's going to lead me into the origins of this, right? Let's take this off the table. And I'm only doing this when I listen to him. Like I said, his manipulation, his lies, it's kindergarten level to me. I'm not annoyed by it anymore. I take him as a 100% joke and entertainment. And I enjoy some of these topics on my channel. I really do. And so do some of y'all, obviously, the way y'all click them and y'all interact with me on social media. So let's do it. You know what I'm saying? Now, this whole thing that you just tried to spin with Mickey Factz of, you know what, Mickey, I don't blame you anymore, white flag. Because Mickey can continue to press the button on you and it would be, he's already ruined your legacy as far as Mount Rushmore candidacy. That's why I play the J Black shit. Right. But, the Mickeys of the world can continue to instigate even the alleged second ghostwriter to come out and even that much more. So you're on the losing side of this table as far as this internet war that you think you're navigating. Okay. And you want it to stop. Don't lie. You wanted to stop. You're not comfortable with this. Okay. And the origins of it, when you try to do this whole, hey, Mickey, the reason why I'm not anymore because 2-3 years of this is the same crop of people. Aye Verb, do you remember the last time that you and I were on the phone? The very last time I was on a phone call with Aye Verb, he and I were debating a bunch of back history between us. Some of it could have led towards like, all right, we getting some of the stuff off our chest. Other things is revelation. I'm telling him things that he told me out of his own mouth. You know what? I never looked at it like that. I never thought about, or maybe I forgot that. Okay, I see where you're coming from. We're talking about a bunch of backstory stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because at this point, we're already back cool, and I'm booking him again. That's how Mickey Factz and Aye Verb happened in the full circle. Okay. We're on the phone, and in the midst of our conversation, I take the opportunity to see if I could squash him and Hitman's beef. He told this story already in Spaces, which is why he was like, nah, this happened, and then came back, blah, blah, blah. No, he wants to keep it going. That, remember he was going back and forth with Hitman? Well, not back and forth, but he was just a video every day on that fucking channel for Hitman. He was going crazy on Hitman, then Nick Cannon, MTV, and all that type of shit started, right? Every day. He told this story already in Spaces. It's on YouTube. It's everywhere, okay? I took the opportunity to try to squash it. But we're the middle, or ARP's the source of all. He's the source of the Illuminati or some shit. I tried to squash it. I tried to end the beef between Hitman and Aye Verb. I tried. I said, would you be open to this, Verb? He said, well, you know, I mean, if that's what that, yeah, I mean, but you know, he did all that half dancing, but he doesn't want to beef with Holla. You know what I mean? And I went back to Holla, and it was just too late. That's pretty much the way I could summarize Holla's overall response. It's just by then, Aye Verb had done too much. Family stuff. He started putting other stuff out with other people that Hitman doesn't get along with, and it just his girl coming up of her getting shot. You know, Verb was doing those spaces, this and that. He went too far. Up the point of no return. So that's one of many I wasn't able to squash. I'm like legendary behind the scenes of like trying to put people on good accords. People know that about me. Okay. I couldn't squash it. So I went back to Verb and I texted him like, yo, it's I don't know about that. That ain't gonna happen. You know, I'm just being transparent, being real. But anyway. And then I went about my business and he went about his and Holla went about his. You know what I mean? So that was the last time he and I were ever on the phone. Okay. Fast forward, he and I still were cool. We still could have been working together, making money together, bookings together, and all that type of stuff. It was the Gerald thing. Nobody started that. Mickey Factz didn't start that. ARP didn't start that. Hitman didn't start that. It was not some New York shit. There's no Illuminati shit. It's all started because Gerald McCoy is trying to figure out a way to help Hitman versus Mook happen. That's it. And he went to you, who he thought was, that's why he asked you these questions. He went to you asking you clarification behind seeing online Holla saying that battle's off, it's not happening, etc. And Gerald was confused because he was already talking to Hitman and he's just like, hold on, this is changing. But he didn't know behind the scenes, Hitman and Beasley had decided to stay in Spaces or stay online and show the promotional angle that is, we're not even talking. Hitman and URL don't talk. They don't get along. So then when the announcement comes is, oh, it's Hitman and Mook happening. Not only that, oh shit, Hitman and URL are actually on talking terms. That's why Gerald was confused. So he calls a friend about the friend's friend. And you said all the things that you said. I don't know, because him and Nick don't get along no more. He's in Spaces all of a sudden. I think his money's low. That looks all the things that you said to not support your brother or your peer or your homie or whatever for getting a bag with URL and Gerald or Mook. Some people put it out there thinking like, you are so hell-bent on the fact that you battled Mook and Lux that you never really wanted Hitman to battle Mook. Some people believe that. And you want to know what that ties into? Where it started the first time of you showing that back in 2018 when you told me, nah, I don't know about him, or we can't get more than me. He ain't gonna be no all of this. He never did nothing for me. When you were about to battle Mook. Here you go, saying things that's against your brother, against your man, and then admitted to it on Twitter. And Hollis still came back and stood behind you when you battled Lux, knowing third eye, because wow, he got me. I don't know. But the Gerald one was the last straw. Now it's just like, I already been bit. How many times I'm not going to cut the grass on this snake? It was you. And you did what you did with Gerald. And then I was minding my business just like Hitman was. Gerald called me out the blue randomly. Yo, blah, 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 I'm calling you for a second opinion. I'm finding out all of this shit with him as he's telling me. I didn't know that Holla and URL was baking. Holla didn't even get a chance to put me on yet. We told these stories before. They're all consistent. When me and Gerald is in spaces and all this type of shit, it's all consistent. I text Holla, code red, because I'm looking at Gerald like Gerald's got the money right now. Code red, Holla, call me right now. Because if Gerald doesn't figure out whatever he's bringing to me, I don't know if that jeopardizes the battle. Holla calls me. We get on three-way. Gerald confirms all the stuff directly to Holla. You know what Holla does? Holla makes sure that he gets immediately on a three-way call with Gerald and Beasley so that Gerald could hear with his own ears that Beasley co-signed the battle, and he was also in on the play with telling the public that it's private so that they don't spoil that Holla and URL are in talks. It all started with you. That's just the facts. There's omissions from your friend Gerald multiple times in spaces with me, with Holla. There's text message, there's Beasley, there's all of this stuff that it's already facts laid out and documented. So I know that you have zero accountability as a man, but that's because you don't walk around and present yourself as a man over these last like 3, 4, 5 years or whatever, maybe longer than that for all we know. You have no accountability. You want it to be everybody else, but you're not the victim. You're not being bullied. You're not being jumped. You just don't know how to keep it real with a bunch of people. That's it.